Hi everyone and welcome. So previously we have covered that if you want to log your OPC UA server data into the SQL database using Node-RED, then how we can do that. So for that, we have logged our OPC UA simulation server data into the MySQL database using Node-RED. Also, we have logged our data into the SQLite database using Node-RED. Now in this video, instead of SQLite database and MySQL database, we are going to log our OPC UA server data into the MSSQL database. Okay, so here is my process OPC UA simulation server up and running. I want to log this OPC UA server data into the MSSQL database using the Node-RED. And here is my Node-RED up and running with the flow which we are going to discuss in this video. And this is the diagram. So you have the Node-RED installed in your Raspberry Pi, in your Windows machine, in your Linux machine, or any Linux development board. You can use your Node-RED to connect with any OPC UA server in the field, and you can read the data from that OPC UA server, and you can store the data in the remote or local MSSQL database. So let's see how you can do that. So here is the flow. Okay, now for this flow you have to use this node-red contrib IoT OPC UA, and once you install these nodes in the Node-RED, you will have this much of node. Okay, OPC UA flex connector, inject, and all those things. Now first of all, I have used this inject node to inject the tag which we are going to read. So if you double click and open the properties, then here you can say we are going to read the data. Okay, and this much of data we are going to read. So we are going to read the counter, random, sawtooth, sinusoid, square, and triangle tags. Okay, and here is the namespace and the ID of those tags, and here is the data type of those tags. Okay, and then after we are passing those data to the read value node, and read value will read the data from my process OPC UA simulation server. And here you can see connector is local server, and if you edit that connector, then here I have provided the endpoint URL of my process OPC UA simulation server. So if you have any other OPC UA server running on your network, then you have to provide that server endpoint URL. Okay, and if your OPC UA is secure, then you have to use this tab to provide the necessary security details. Otherwise, just update and just use it. Okay, so I have already provided the correct details, so I'm not going to update. I'm going to click it cancel, and that's it. So I'm not going to select any of the option, and we are going to select the attribute all. Okay, because we need all the information about those tags. So that's it. And then after we are passing that result to this function node. Okay, now this function node will extract the data, okay, from this payload, and then after it will create the SQL query to insert that data into the MSSQL database. Right now here you can see here is my SSMS SQL Server Management Studio, and in the test database I don't have any tables, okay, to log my data. So first of all we have to create the table. So I have already added this inject node to create the table and delete the table. Okay, so first of all we are going to inject this to create the table, and you can see successfully injected, and we can go to our SSMS, we can refresh. In the tables here we have our OPC UA data table. Okay, inside this table our data is going to be log. Now we can inject this node to read the data from our OPC UA server and to insert the data into the MSSQL database. But when you configure this MSSQL node, you have to provide the username and password to connect with your SQL server. Okay, MSSQL server, then only it is going to be work. Okay, so I hope this thing is clear. Now what we will do is we will inject it. Okay, you can see successfully injected. Now we will see the result here in the database. So I'm going to execute it, and here you can see timestamp, tag name, and the tag value. Okay, so each data is logged at perfect time. Okay, and here is the tag name and here is the tag value. Now if you want to continuously log the data in the SQL database, then what you can do is you can update this inject node. Okay, so we will set delay before starting is 1 second, and then after we are going to repeat at interval of 5 seconds. So every 5 seconds it will read the data from my process OPC UA simulation server, and then it will continuously log the data into my MSSQL database. So I'm going to press done, and then I'm going to press Ctrl D to deploy my flow. Okay, That's it. Now we can go to our SSMS and we can execute. Here you can see we have another set of data. Okay. So here we have another set of data. Okay, now if we refresh, then we have n number of data is logged in our database. Here you can see the row. We have 48 rows, and every 5 seconds the new row will be added into our database. Okay, so this is how you can use Node-RED to collect the data from your OPC UA server, and then after you can use this function node to create the SQL query to insert the data in your MSSQL database. Okay, so I hope the entire process is clear, and it will continuously log the data into your database. Right now you can see we have the 78 row, and every 5 seconds it will log the data into our database. Now if you want to get this flow, then I will update the link here, okay, on our website. You can click on that and you can have your Node-RED flow for your testing and development purpose. Also, you can use the same flow with different OPC UA server. Also, you can use this inject node to add more tag into it, and you can read multiple tags of your OPC UA server, and then after you can log that tag data into the MSSQL database. So I hope this thing is clear, and if you still have any questions or any doubt, then you can always ping me on Telegram, Instagram, WhatsApp, anywhere. All the social media link is available on our website. Also, you can send me a mail. Also, you can comment on this video. So let's meet in the next video. Till then, take care, goodbye, and thank you.